What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen. Damn, 720. I'm zoomed in now, and I'm back with another video. Yeah, ladies, I haven't done a video in a few days. If you don't know, I had a lot of you guys don't know. I had death in the family. You know what I mean? So such is life. A cousin of mine passed away, so I've been pretty tied up with that. Uh, getting stuff done, funeral arrangements. My cousin didn't wear a suit, so I had to get him. He was the True Religion King. I had to get him a True Religion outfit. Like I said, stuff that a lot of stuff that his mother and wife didn't want to deal with. So, it's, one of my favorite cousins. So I was doing that. So, like I said, I haven't been have the chance to do any videos, whatever the case may be. Actually, you know what? I'm lying. I have videos on my computer on my Mac that I still haven't. I have some debates I never uploaded. Just haven't had the chance to, the time to. That's all. You know what I mean? I don't like to put 6 videos up a day, but I got stuff from about a year ago. I got a video of me debating over Excel, funny as hell. Never uploaded that. For those, I had a fire, so but that I have it saved. I have a lot of my stuff backed up on the cloud, but iMovie Maker cloud thing. But anyway, enough of that. So today, like I said, I'm supposed to be debating the Rated D. I was supposed to be doing an interview with some of the members of the TXR podcast, another Pro Xbox podcast. Supposed to be interviewing some of those guys. Shout out to Southbound, shout out to Rand. I'm supposed to be interviewing some of those guys, getting their whole reaction. I've been looking. I've been following some stuff on Twitter. You know what I mean? I did my initial reaction, not initial reaction, but but now I've even spoke to more people in the loop. And I actually, sometimes, like I said, articles and things can be miscrewed or whatever the case. So here, check it out. We're going to listen to together some of Phil Spencer's words on what he's saying about the future of the Xbox brand, because the Xbox is not going anywhere. But let's just listen to it, and and I'm going to give you guys my opinion on it again.
One launch, but we also get feedback at every incremental step from people. Obviously, a lot of you probably saw that around the quantum break announcement. I want to talk specifically about some of the constituents out there, some of our gaming groups, and how we think our vision actually is a positive move for them. And I get this question all the time. Hey, I'll start with my console-only game. I'm somebody, I only play games on console. I probably own multiple consoles, but my question to you, Phil, and the Xbox team is, how is this vision that you have actually better for me as a console gamer? Because I see things like my exclusives going on PC, which erodes some of the exclusivity that I feel like I have on Xbox. I see the PC people and the PlayStation people getting to play games without buying an Xbox One. That feels bad to me. So I want to talk directly to that customer. Talk to them every night on Xbox Live, but I want to talk directly to that customer and talk about why our vision is actually great, I believe, for the console gamer. I'm going to start a little bit in the weeds on something called the Universal Windows Platform. And we talked about the Universal Windows Platform as the development platform we are embracing for gaming across multiple devices. And just so we get the taxonomy right, the Universal Windows Platform, which I'll probably shorthand to UWP here in a second, allows Universal Windows applications, this will be the only math in the talk, Universal Windows application, UWAs.
Wait, hold on. I hope it doesn't sound too muffled or whatever the case may be. Uh, Hold on. I hope it doesn't sound too muffled. But basically, hold on. Let him hear him say. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Let me go back. Let you guys hear it yourself. I don't want him talking about UDP. When Universal Apps and all that shit. What
On something called the Universal Windows Platform. And we talked about the Universal Windows Platform as the development platform we are embracing for gaming across multiple devices. And just so we get the taxonomy right, the Universal Windows Platform, which I'll probably shorthand to UWP, allowing ourselves to decouple our software platform from the hardware platform in which it runs. I think all of us that have been in the console game for quite a while know that at the end of a generation, we've all done this. We get the cardboard box out, we put our old console in there, a bunch of old controllers, all of our old games, we stick it in the closet, hoping that someday we'll get it out, the nostalgia factor of going playing those games again, and then we buy our new console and a whole new library of games. Basically, every time a generation shift happens in console gaming, it's had the tendency to invalidate every game you've ever purchased and require a whole new purchase motion, which isn't great for gamers. It's great for innovation at that step function, but it's not great that we invalidate the games that we have. The other thing it does on the hardware side, and we see this all the time in the console generation, is you launch a piece of hardware, a spec for hardware. We're still selling Xbox 360s. That's a hardware design that was developed basically 10 years ago, and it's still doing well. I love the fact that Xbox 360 customers are still buying Xbox 360s.
Okay, wait, hold up. Because I hope it doesn't sound too muffled, whatever the case may be. But basically what Phil is saying, which is true, every time a new generation comes out, we buy new hardware, put the old shit up, get rid of the old shit, whatever the case may be. And then you got a bunch of back, catalog of games, and you feel like you just invested. That's the problem with the 360, why a lot of those consumers have yet to upgrade to the Xbox One. They may have gotten their console 4 years ago, whatever the case, 5 years, so the 360 still feels fresh to them. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, I see this as a plus. And like I'm not saying with the whole PC thing, because like I said, I do love the simplicity of console, sit down, plug and play. And that's not going anywhere from what I'm getting and from what I was told. You know what I mean? But like I said, now developers can just make one game that are run across all of Microsoft devices. One game. So they ain't got to make a game for, you can make one game, not just for the PC. They can make one game and it'll work on every Microsoft device. You know what I mean? And, like I said, with consoles, like I said, as far as technology is always moving forward. Look at it like this. When the 360 came out and the PS3 came out, they had the top-of-the-line CPUs and GPUs for that time. Head of, of PC gaming. But those consoles were on, they're still being sold 8-9 years. How much, technology has advanced. And when the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 came out, they were still so far beyond the curve. These consoles are struggling to, in 1080p, 60 frames a second, which is 1080p is a very old format. People right now are screaming 4K. Shit, you got 8K, believe it or not, even though they're really expensive, you have 8K televisions on the market. You know what I mean? So look at it like this. So every 2 or 3 years, here's most likely going to do it simple as far as the console owners. Here, plug this into your USB. You know what I mean? And if you want to run your games at a higher resolution, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But guess what? You can still play your games. Now, again, that's ingenious to me. They still have a console, a box, or whatever you want. Like I said, forget it. You just go back to the 1990s, and if you were to take a gamer from the 90s and stick him here in 2016, they were swearing down the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 were PCs. What is this? What happened? The internet. You understand what I'm saying? Like gamers, we are so, I won't say gamers, some gamers are so afraid of change and so afraid of what's new. I welcome everything. Like I said, I'm a techie type guy. You know what I mean? Like I said, so long as it doesn't, like I said, for me, I can't even see it for me, because even I changed. Like I said, I love one of the reasons I do prefer consoles over PC. Now listen, gaming on PC is not that difficult. Okay, regardless of what you may think, I have it plugged into my TV. I can put Steam in big picture mode, control it with my controller, and it looks like Xbox Live. But the reason, like I said, one of the reasons I prefer a console in my Xbox is because of the community. All of my friends are there. You understand what I'm saying? This was all what we game on. You know what I mean? I didn't grow up gaming on PCs. Maybe I grew up gaming on PCs. I would just I would be a Steam, whatever fuck addict, or no, I'm not. All my friends are there. You know what I mean? Like the days of people coming over your house to play the game. Hop online. I meet you online. I don't know when the last time I had some company on my couch to play the game with me. We don't even do that, and that's why the arcade scene in the States has died. I want to last time I seen an arcade unless you go to a carnival, not even a carnival, to like Seaside Heights or something on the boardwalk. You may say, an arcade game or amusement park. There are no more arcades. You know why? Because the consoles, before you had what was an arcade and you had the console version was the weaker version. Then it became that these consoles were able to keep up with the tech that was in the arcade. Then you came with online. So to play against somebody, when you got tired of playing against the computer, I'm gonna hop online and play against some competition. That's what, keeping it real, Xbox Live, and I'm just being real, you know what I mean? Then maybe even PSN, online gaming on consoles killed the goddamn arcade, regardless of what you play on. You understand what I'm saying? The reason why you went to arcade was to play against other people. You understand what I'm saying? And, and now you can stay in your home, and why go down to the arcade, spend money, I can buy that game for $60, sit down on my ass, look, this is good, and I can play against people from all across the world, see how good I am. Now, with this, like I was talking, shout out to South, I was talking to Southbound the other day, and he initially, he flipped out. And he said, what about the people that can't afford it to upgrade the console? If you can't afford to upgrade your console, you don't have to. You can still play that game. You know what I mean? Not everyone has a 4K television. Not everybody's going to have an 8K television. You buy what you can afford. So every 3 years, when these new GPUs and stuff come out, because I'm being real, console gaming is what holds back PC game, because they got to make the game for the consoles and then, the PC. That's why the quote-unquote PC master race is always shit on consoles, because your anemic consoles are holding us back. Like, people that bought next generation consoles, they were screaming at the PS3 owners and the 360 owners because they're holding the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 back. How many, you heard me here time and time and again scream and fuss about they need to stop cross-developing. The 360 and the PS3, they're holding the PS4 and the Xbox One back. Those consoles have a half a gig of RAM. Here you have the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. You have 8 gigs of RAM. And I'm just saying, even though I guess you don't have 8 gigs of RAM for gaming, you're about 5.5. You actually, you can't even use more than, I believe, more than 6 gigs of RAM for a game, especially in a console, because it pulls back. I got that from somebody within the know. Like I say, I had a developer. I know some people. Know some people. They kind of explained it to me. Also, you understand what I'm saying? But I'm not to get too technical. It's not even about that. But again, you take a game like Tomb Raider. Even though you had 2 teams that made the game, but imagine if that game could only be made, was only optimized for the Xbox One, and it could take advantage of everything that's inside the Xbox One. 5 gigs of RAM, and really went all out. I'm not saying the game is not beautiful now, but we really could have had something special. Or you look at Destiny and all these other games, like I said, console, like I said today. But again, hear me out. It's not like what Sega did. Sega added the 32X. You had to go out and buy another CD to play the CD games. No. He said here, developers can make one game and it can run across all of their Windows devices. What's wrong with that? If you choose to have an add-on, here, plug it into USB port. And like I said again, because people choose consoles or whatever because the ease. If you can pick, like, how many of you guys right now have an external hard drive, even in your PlayStation 4s? But again, to be adopted by the mass, they're going to have something, probably Thunderbolt or whatever, higher than Thunderbolt. You plug it in right into, your external GPU or RAM. Even with the Sega Saturn, I believe, you had RAM. Well, even for the Nintendo 64, you had RAM. You could add, to the game, the console to, I think it was the Sega Saturn, the Dreamcast, that you can play direct, console arcade ports of like Marvel vs. Comics or whatever the case may be. You had extra RAM that you could have added to the, Again, but every 2-3 years they come up with an add-on if you choose to. To really run this game, if you choose to in 4K, 8K, whatever, hey, you can. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. And still be able to play your games. No longer will your game library be, I can still go back and play, let's say, Halo 5, and this is 10 years later, and I can just put it directly in my Xbox, you understand what I'm saying? Like I said, like I said, digital is the future for those who choose to go that way, but they're still going to sell physical discs. Some people don't, people like to look at their box case, but more and more, this generation, we are buying more and more digital. Imagine having your digital library available to you on any Windows 10 device anywhere that you go. What's wrong with that? I'm with it. I'm all aboard. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You don't think that, you look at Sony's newest update, whatever, 3.5. Now they're allowing you to stream your console games to PC. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the way of the future. And for us, our console, the gaming to survive, it has to evolve. Fuck buying a new system every 5 to 6 years, 7 years. Got to get new controllers. Nah, your same controller gonna work. I mean, look at what they may come up with better ones or whatever. Fine, fuck it. Here, snap this shit. But you know what? Boo. You get a better TV now that your console can take advantage of that. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, people, stop it. Like, we're gamers. You know what I mean? Stop acting like we fucking cavemen stuck in fucking caves, writing shit on the wall. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. We gotta evolve, man. Look at all the shit that we're doing now. Like I said, you take a gamer from the 80s and put them right now, this shit will blow their minds. A developer can make one game and it work on all the Microsoft Windows 10 devices? What's wrong with that? Listen, man. This is your boy Next Gen 720. Look out later on for the end. This video was kind of long, but I can, just wait. Look out for Big Game and Small Talk, the podcast Sunday. We're probably really gonna get into it, but hey, man, I'm down. Bang bang.